Hi everyone, welcome back to another journal with me. I hope you're all doing well and thank you for deciding to spend the next 8 minutes with me. As you can see, I have some ink that bled through from the previous page. This is an easy fix. You have two options. The first is to stick the two pages together and carry on in your journal. The second is to cover it up with ephemera, stickers, scrapbook paper, text, music paper, or even acrylic paint. In this case, I'm going to use images that I have collected from magazines. But before I do this, I want to add some color into the background. I have a small amount of gelatos that I rarely use. So the color is very intense when you apply it directly onto the paper. And that's not something that I want for this page. So I'm using a brush with rigid bristles to scrape off some of the gelato and then blending it into the paper. This is just one of the ways you can use them. There are many others. This is a tin where I store all my small magazine clippings in. I have two other containers, one that holds medium cutouts and the other holds the larger ones. This is not a perfect solution, but it works for now. I get most of the images from Daphne's Diary, Breathe, Project Calm, Flow, and Audrey Daybook. I'm arranging the clippings to mainly cover up the ink and adding some extra bits. I have covered up some of the colors, so I'm going back in with the blue gelato. The color that I'm using is boysenberry. I know more or less where I want things to be, so going in with glue, I'll start sticking things down. This blueprint paper is something that I find myself using quite a lot. It's a nice background to add other images over. I'm also using sewing pattern paper to stick under the blueprint, but just the top part because I want the sewing paper to still be an interactive element. The next picture that I'm adding is from a matchbox that's turned into art. I find this very intriguing and would one day like to try it out myself. For now, I'm moving over to the following page. I'm repeating a lot of the patterns and papers to make it look cohesive. So again, using the blueprint and sewing paper, I'm just arranging it around. I also want to work in this chopsticks wrapper from Junk where we had lunch on this day. I have some words here that I stamped out on tea stain paper and I distress the edges with ink. I keep them in this adorable Peter Rabbit tin. I have also made some for my shop. You can find a link to my Etsy in the description box if you would like to have a look. I think at the time of doing this voiceover, I've only got 3 still available. You can use the words on their own, and that's the way that I use it mostly. Or you can try and combine some to make a meaningful phrase. You can't do a lot of these with the words that I have here, but I have found some combinations that can work. I am just going through it, thinking of still adding another word here on the right hand side, but I changed my mind and thought that that will just be a bit too much, so I've left it. As I go along with this layout, I keep going in with more color where I feel it needs it. I grabbed my postage stamps container, another element that I find myself using quite a bit. This container holds all my old stamps that features people, buildings, transport, flags, and some others like the stamp with the 2 on it. I have some cheesecloth here that I'm planning to add behind the stamps. It brings in some texture and I'm trying to create multiple layers. I am using fabric glue to stick these clusters down. The sewing pattern paper is thin and the glue can soak through, causing it to stick to the page. And since I want to keep it interactive, I'm adding another paper underneath before adding the glue so that it can absorb most of the glue. This will help with it not sticking to the paper in my journal. I am going to use the stamp to get the date down. I love stamping it twice. It's something that we all love to do. Next, I thought of using this stencil to outline and color the letter T. This will be the starting point for my journaling. I hope you have enjoyed this journal with me. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.